Hey Nash, what should we make?
We just made that batch of sriracha. Let's use it for something. How about an awesome Sriracha Mac and Cheese?
All right, let's make Sriracha Mac and Cheese. Welcome back to Chaos Kitchen, where we like to make cool things. We recently made our updated version of sriracha. It was delicious and we have some left over. So I thought, let's make a sriracha mac and cheese. Not just add sriracha to mac and cheese, but like add it at every level. Like make a sriracha compound butter, make sriracha breadcrumbs, make a Sriracha Mornay cheese sauce, mix it all together, bake it. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be beautiful. So without further ado, let's go. First thing we're gonna do is make our sriracha compound butter. So to some sort of a container, we are going to throw in 1 and 2 sticks of butter. Maybe get a container that fits better than this one. And 1/2 cup of sriracha. Then we just get this combined.
A few minutes later.
Just get that all mixed up until smooth. Honestly, if you want to just throw it in a food processor, that would probably take less time. And we get out a piece of plastic wrap and we plop our butter right there in the middle. And then we just take this guy and we roll him up. Just make sure and get this nice and tight. And then we tuck the edges under. And then we throw this in the fridge for a couple hours until it's solid.
A few hours later.
So now we have our beautiful sriracha butter log. It's nice and hard.
That's what she said.
And then we need to grate some cheese. So you want about 20 ounces of cheese. You can use whatever cheese you want. We're gonna do 4 kinds. So I'm gonna grate some mozzarella, some gruyère, some gouda, and some cheddar. Gotta have that cheddar. So for our sriracha breadcrumbs for the topping, we got a hot pan on medium heat. We're gonna throw in 2 tablespoons of our sriracha compound butter. Let that melt. Then once that's melted, we add a cup of panko breadcrumbs. Get that all stirred in, get all our guys coated. Let me just let these guys toast until they're nice. I would say nice golden brown, but we got a definite orange going on here, so some sort of orange golden brown. Either way, we let them go. And once your breadcrumbs have a nice golden brown, a little bit of color, nice and crispy, then we go ahead and kill the heat and set these guys somewhere to cool. Then we want to bring 4 to 6 quarts of water up to a boil, salt that. I love it when it does that. Am I weird?
Very much so.
Yeah, that's true. Then we dump in a pound of pasta. Now this is mac and cheese. You could use whatever you want. You could use elbow macaroni. I mean, that's kind of standard. I'm gonna use Celentani. They're these little corkscrew dudes. Kind of like a better version of elbow mac. So got a pound of those, pour that in there. Then once that comes back up to a boil, we are gonna cook this 1 minute shy of al dente since we're gonna bake it. So for me, that's 10 minutes. So we just let this guy cook. Once your time's up, kill the heat and we drain our pasta. Then we're gonna make our cheese sauce. So get a medium to large sauce pot on medium heat. And we add in 4 tablespoons of our sriracha compound butter. Get that melted. And once that butter's all melted, then we get the same amount of flour in there. So 4 tablespoons or 1/4 cup. And then just get this whisked and just mix it up until, normally I'd say till the smell of raw flour goes away, but there's a strong sriracha scent here. So just kind of whisk it until, if you smelled raw flour, until that goes away. And if not, then just sort of whisk it around until you get sort of a homogeneous mix. A homogeneous paste of a roux, because that's what we're doing, folks. When making a Mornay or a cheese sauce, the first step to that is to make a roux. Then once you're happy with your roux, then we have a mixture of 3.5 cups milk, a 1/2 cup of heavy cream, and I put a teaspoon of sodium citrate in there, and that's just gonna help keep this sauce from breaking. So we're gonna add this all in a little at a time. So add a little, whisk that in, and all we're doing here, folks, is making a bechamel, which is essentially a roux that you add milk to. Every time you add a little, you wanna stir till smooth, or as smooth as possible, so that you don't get any clumps. Once you have a smooth, liquidy sauce that has no lumps, then you could probably get away with just adding the rest. Once our sauce is smooth and stabilized, we're gonna add a little bit more sriracha. Apparently my sriracha's got a split stream. And we let that cook for a few minutes and reduce a little bit. Once your sauce is thickened a little bit, then we go ahead and I mixed all of our cheeses together. So we're just gonna go ahead and add all our cheese a little bit at a time. So put a little bit in, stir it and let it melt. And then we just repeat the process until you've used up about half of the cheese. And we're gonna save the other half for topping our mac and cheese. You wanna preheat your oven to 400, and then once we have a nice ooey gooey cheese sauce, just like that, we're gonna bake this guy for quite a bit, so we want it a little bit thinner than if you were just gonna use the sauce as is. So to me, this looks perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and kill the heat. All right, so then I would recommend doing this part just in the casserole dish you're gonna cook it in. But so I can show you how it all works, I got this big old glass bowls. I'm literally doing this unnecessarily to have another thing to wash. But you should just mix everything in the casserole dish you're gonna cook your mac and cheese in. That's my recommendation. So to your casserole dish, or in our case, this bowl, we add all of our pasta in there. Then we dump in our cheese sauce, our Sriracha Mornay cheese sauce. Ow, 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 ow. Then we just sort of get everything sort of homogeneous here, combined, coated, whatever the heck you want to call it. Man, that looks good. It smells delicious. Get everything going on there. Then we take out the vessel that you should have mixed this in, and we're just gonna dump all this into here. Then we just sort of make sure everything is copacetic, mixed together, good to go. I'm liking what we're doing here. Then we sprinkle the remainder of our cheese. I end up using a little bit more than half in the Mornay sauce, so I'd recommend that. So maybe like 2/3, and then we just sprinkle the rest on top. Oh, hey, our oven's preheated. That's cool. And then we take our breadcrumbs and sort of unconventionally, inefficiently spread them. There's got to be a better way to do this. Just get them all spread out over the top. And then we toss this guy into our 400-degree oven for about 25 or 30 minutes. Off we go. And here's our guy right out of the oven, looking good, smelling delicious. I wish you guys had smell-o-vision. Smell-o-vision? I don't know. I wish you could smell this, is what I'm trying to say. So this guy's hot AF. We're gonna let it cool for a few minutes, and then we'll take a piece. But for now, we gotta wait. Patience is key. So now we've let this cool for a little bit, so let's go ahead and take a piece. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that looks amazing. That looks amazing, come on. Oh, it's still steaming. Look at that, it looks so good. And there we have our Chaos Sriracha Mac and Cheese. It's time for a bite. Cheers. It's super creamy, it's cheesy, it's rich, and the sriracha is there. It gives you all of the flavors, and the spice is there, but it's in the background. So definitely not great for someone who doesn't like spice at all, but I wouldn't really call it spicy. But it brings all the flavor complexity of the sriracha that we made all to the forefront with that creaminess and the richness. It's delicious. Out of 10. That's what I think, but hey, let's see what Nash thinks. Hey bud, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I've been doing some research, and it looks like it's more likely that dogs, or wolves at the time, chose to be domesticated rather than that humans chose to domesticate them. We're smart like that.
Well, check it out. We made this Chaos Sriracha Mac and Cheese you wanted, and of course we made a dog-friendly version just for you. Well, here you go. What do you think?
Wow, that's delicious. It's rich, creamy, packed to the gills with flavor and just a hint of heat.
Anything you want to say to your fans?
A poor man is not the one without a cent. A poor man is the one without a dream.
Nash approves, I approve. Another great, I don't know if this qualifies as a fusion, but definitely a great dish. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go hit the like button. And if you want to watch some of our other cool videos, go check them out somewhere over here. And just remember, cook more, eat better, embrace the chaos. That's it for now, folks. Until next time, be good and peace.